Okay. Um, I got a 911 private room, and my game audio didn't record, so I'm just gonna like yap so that it sounds just like dead silent. So yeah, there's no game audio, unfortunately, and I didn't want to put Infume hate watching Ludwig in the thing, so we're just gonna do this, mostly just because there's a lot of misplays that I want to talk about like how I could have done better, and how this was like easily a sub 9 if I was good. So we spawn in, it's an acacia village with an RP, which is intended as the RP. It has looting 2, so it's just kind of fraudulent, but it's chill. And I try to get stone off of this RP, but apparently all of this shit is made out of slabs. So I have to go like down under this overhang to get my stone instead, which is fine, honestly. But yeah, since this is also in a village, I can just get food super easily. I don't have to like find and kill animals or anything. I can just get like 5 hay bales. And there's an argument to be made for killing the golem for pickaxe. But my thought process was kind of just like, if it's like a good like bastion like housing or stables or something with like a good triple that you can easily access, and then there's just iron in that, then it's not really like, it's probably slower to kill the golem than it is to just get an iron in the top of a triple and then start a route. Anyway, it's Acacia Village, so I can get easy access to a bunch of logs, grab a bed that I don't really need, but I take just in case. And we're pretty much just already set to be entering the nether. About a minute and a half. Could have been faster, but it's like fine. I get a very fast entity spike, and it's just in this crimson. It wasn't a very big spike, so it's like a little dubious, but I didn't see anything else, and I rescanned here, and it was fine. I get a little extra wood. This is just something I like to do on seeds where I'm using wood as my blocks, is just get a little extra just in case. Just, for consistency's sake, so I don't have to not be able to have explosives and then high roll, like, trees on a blind or something. Anyway, the bastion's right here. It's housing, which is probably the best bastion in the situation because I can just get iron in the top and then just do a top-down route, which is very quick. And I get my iron here. So I can just kind of start my route immediately. But there is another triple, and I did get an obsidian chest, so there's an argument to be made for not looting this triple, but I get some more obsidian, so it's just better usually. These guys are very annoying. They just kind of get in my way, and I just have to distract them and hope they don't attack me. And I get 20 already before I even start my route, so it's just not something I'm going to have to worry about. And I saw the fortress. It was to the front left of the bastion, so that's good, because housing, if I don't see the fortress, is just time loss, because I have to pyrite, and my pigs are usually already done trading by the time I'm done with all my overlaps. But if I see the fort, that is very fast, because I can do my pre-crafts, and then that usually lines up pretty well with my pigs finishing trading. Also, I have a gold pick in housing, which is just nice. It just allows me to speed things up ever so slightly. Now, at this point, we're pretty much just done with the Bastion route. I can check this chest real quick, but I don't need to pre-craft an iron axe because I have a looting sword, and I already have a blaze bed from the village. So, at this point, I'm just waiting on more pearls and more string. And I get the pearls here, but I have a little bit... I don't even have 4 beds worth of string here. I have 3. So this is just like raw time loss waiting on more string trades. And I get another string trade here. And I have 5 beds, but I hear the pigs finish the last cycle, so I go back down to just grab that just in case. And then here I forget which direction the 4 is. I think it's to the right here, and I'm trying to check for it. But then I remember that it's to the left, and so I go up here so I can get a better angle on the pearl. So that was a little bit of a time loss. It probably could have been a sub 5 fort if I remembered off the bat where the fort was. I could have also used the time that I was waiting in the last couple seconds to pearl hang. That probably would have been good. But we're in the fort at like 5:10-ish, 5:08 here, which is pretty good pace, especially with looting. It's very good pace. And I forgot to low RD before entering the fort, but I didn't spawn any strays anyway, so I just raise it right back up when I see the spawner. And looting kind of scams me here, to be honest. This guy drops 1, the next guy I kill drops 0, with looting 2. And then I think one of these guys drops 2. Yeah, and then the other one drops 1, so we're like 5 for 4 here. And so I just build my blind portal. I get another spawn very quickly, but it's a 1 spawn. And this guy drops 1, so I go 6 for 5, which is a little bit of a scam with looting 2, but it's still faster than not looting, so it's like fine. And I just instantly blind at about 6 minutes. Not quite a sub 6 blind. About a minute 4 split, which would have been faster if I got strays and better rates. I tweak out in the settings menu trying to get raw input, but that's chill. Since I didn't have time to pre-craft on the spawner because of looting, I decided to do my pre-crafts in the overworld here. I have 5 beds. I threw out my orange bed, actually, which I didn't use for blaze bedding before, which I could have used, but it's 5 bed, 3 anchor, very comfortable 0. But my eye did break, which means I can either send the 1 eye, or I can wait out another spawn. And I decided to hang a pearl and wait out another spawn. Kind of. This spawn cycle takes way too long. I decided to check down this hallway to see if there's another spawner right here. There's not. And so I double back to the spawner. This spawn cycle takes way too long here. So I just end up sending the 1 eye anyway. And that means that if I just immediately sent the 1 eye, this would have probably been like a mid-8 time. So that's the biggest kind of throw of the run. But the cords is very close. I throw a pearl to this wall over here, and that's just on cords. It's like a block off. So I just build my portal here. And I don't hit starter because I'm a block off. So I just back nav to starter. It's very close. And I do my preemptive here, and I see that it's back the way I came from. And the portal room, as we'll see in a second, is just right next to my portal. If I just like looked around before back naving, I could have probably saved like 15 seconds and hit the sub 9 anyway. But I went for the consistent back nav play, and I missed the portal room right next to my spawn. Anyway, it's a very easy 0. It's like back 88, 85, 88. 88. But it's very scary because I enter on like 6 hearts, and so as you can see, I actually pearled on 2.5, and I didn't notice, and I got very lucky that I got a heal right before my pearl landed, so I didn't die. Also, I built at 94 without realizing, so my damage is not good. But I hit the 0. I had extra bread, so I didn't die on the 0. And the dragon dies at 9:01, making it a 9:11 finish. Could have very easily been sub 8, or sub 9 rather, if I did many things differently, but it is what it is. It's still, well, like a 40-second PB cut off of my 953. So that's cool.